It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call am hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego the politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get it higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego die the politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. Man of the masses, my ego don't come, oh. My ego la wamo, la mo do. My ego diary, my ego number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làwọn tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Máyégún Live. And thank you very much for joining me from wherever you are tuning in from. Remember, read the caption of this broadcast. Read beyond the caption of the broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast. Like it. Share it. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Tell all of them that Máyégún today and Máyégún is live. Brethren, tonight, we are just going to expose more on the level of impunity in a system, in the most corrupted system, or should I say the most corrupted contraption that we have come to see in our own lifetime, because we are direct victims of it to start with. Yesterday, we saw how Wike's machineries were at work and intended to take down the properties of those he called illegal squatters. So there's been some other latest developments. I said it yesterday that in Wike's book, even if you have your property documents, landed documents in Abuja issued by the past governments of Nigeria, as long as Wike is interested in your property, that document would automatically become invalid. It would invalidate your documents. And there is nowhere you want to go to that that can be changed. You may buy time by resisting, but eventually, as long as Wike is interested, it will take your land. And it doesn't matter how long you have been there, how many years you have been. So Wike, everyone in Abuja is a squatter. Every land in Abuja is grabbed by land grabbers, except the land he is not interested in. Wike will take people's lands, reallocate the land to himself and his friends, like brazen impunity. Then he will dare you to fight him for it. So this argument of the new 2 locations where Wike has issued a quit notice, or demolition notice rather, in Abuja, which has now triggered the latest cries, in Abuja, has reached the National Assembly. And see, let me tell you something about a corrupt system, how it works, okay? You see, in a working system where you have the executive, the legislature, and then you have the judiciary, the job of the legislature as well as the legislatures and the judiciary, their job is to work in checks and balances in on the executive. So if the executive want to misuse their power, even though the legislatures are those who make laws, the executive are those who execute the law, while the judiciary, they are the ones that interpret the law. Now, in Nigeria, you do not have any organ of government that is acting as checks and balances in any way. What you have in Nigeria right now is a pure state capture. There is nowhere to run to, except if they are not interested in your property or your life. There is no justice for anyone in any place in Nigeria anymore. But to some of you who have not really fallen into their traps, I mean, like directly, you may never understand. You know, the typical Nigerian is when something hasn't happened to them, then that thing is not really happening until it happens to them. So currently, every day, a lot of you will get to understand the meaning of a state capture, where the executive have no fear or worry about their actions, because whatever they considered legal is legal. And they never, I mean, they kind of like act above the law. You have nowhere to run to. If they tell you to go to court, it's actually a mockery. Now, people no longer have any faith or any trust in their courts anymore. You know why? Because they now see better that they are all the same. They are all the same. And there is no country or there is no downfall for any country faster than what you are experiencing in Nigeria. Nigeria will fall. Even though some believe that it is APC that will fall. No. APC, Egbekegbe will take Nigeria with them when their crash happens. And this is going to be legendary. It's going to be like shaking. They have the power, or they have arrogated the power that they never ever have. They have arrogated it to themselves. Wike is untouchable. Tifnumbu and his gang are untouchable. The citizens are nothing to them. Unfortunately, they do have those who praises them, those who enable them. But there is no downfall of a country faster than what you are currently witnessing in Nigeria. It is going to be, well, it is going to be shattering, like I said. So the National Assembly guys, who are pretty much the appendage of the executive themselves, they have had their own show on it today. The FCT senator, that is Ireti Kingibe, reacted or reported Wike to the National Assembly, supposedly the Senate today. But she met the friends of Wike, who were pretty much led by Akpoti, right? On the side of Wike, and there were others too, who believed that if Wike says your land and the documents, they are all illegal and invalid, so be it. Wike believes that whether you bought your land 10 years ago, 50 years ago, it doesn't really matter. If he says that your area is a shanty and your document is fake, it is fake. Now, people were being told to go to court. Like I said, majority of Nigerians are they've already lost interest in, faith in any courts in Nigeria. Every day people now realizes that there is no justice for them in Nigerian courts anymore. You know why? Because they are not blind. They can see the collusion, the collaboration between the supposed judiciary and the executive. That's the executive that is trampling up on the right of the citizens, and they're getting away with it. The executive that chooses which of the court's ruling or court judgment they will obey. But they are not stupid. And that is why today or tonight, I am here to show to you again how irredeemable Nigeria has become and how hopeless Nigeria has become, how lawless Nigeria has become. As one of the most lawless places on earth, this is not like a Syria or Libya, it's worse. What really breaks heart is the fact that some of you believe that you have a democracy because they have been able to put together a charade called election, rigged as it was. And somehow you think you have a system called democracy when you don't. You have no rights. You have nothing. These are pure, kakistocrats, bunch of criminals who have hijacked power for themselves. And if you are not comfortable with it, you have two options. Keep quiet or pack your bag and leave Nigeria. They will tell you to leave and live somewhere else if you are not comfortable with the way we are running or ruining this place. Wike said, if ever want to fall, it should fall. Just like I said yesterday, predicted the exact thing is what his response is. He said, people who have been living in the life camp in Abuja and another place called the Osa or whatever estate in Abuja, he said they were land grabbers. Right? They just came, they just took land and they just built houses there. Not even in any village. I'm not talking about cities now. No, not in any village in Nigeria. There are people who just kind of come from nowhere and we just grab the land and we just start building on it. That's exactly what Wike said. That all of you who built houses in Abuja, especially places that he is interested in, places he has already revoked your CFOs, certificate of occupancies, invalidated your documents, and reallocated the lands to himself and his friends. And he said a lot of jargons that I'm going to share with you tonight. But let's start from the National Assembly, where the arguments on behalf of the victims, the latest victims of Wike, has been discussed. So let's start with this. Ireti.
The matter for discussion shall, if possible, at 1/5 of all senators. The matter shall stand over till the next legislative day. A senator moving a motion under Combined Orders 41 and 51 shall ensure copies of the motion are available for all senators when approval to move the motion is granted. Order 51. Notice shall not be dispensed with in the case of a motion or in respect of any other proceeding for which notice is required except with the consent of the President of the Senate and the general assent of the senators present.
Distinguished Senator Ireti, I came from another occasion, and what I met was order of the day. We had actually passed, look at order 38.
No, sir, we haven't passed it because what you just dispensed of was a matter of urgent public importance. And I have been in this Senate when you have read three or four of such in a sitting, and everybody can attest to that.
Reading it is different from taking it.
No, you have taken them, sir.
We have taken the matter of urgent national importance.
Yes, sir.
And by our rule, we should take one in a day. But what I'm saying in essence is that you can always raise it. And when you raise it, we will put the question to our colleagues. Sometimes they will tell you, bring it in a formal motion the next day. But it is not that we will go on taking matters of urgent importance. And if you look at the other paper, you will see, Leader of the Senate, can you please sit down? Please explain to
you
her.
Asked for it to be brought as a motion today from yesterday. It's a carryover, sir.
Is it here?
Yes, of course it's here.
Is it on the other paper? It's not on the other paper. The clerk said it's not on the other paper. But come, so it won't appear as if women are marginalized. The Senate leader, can you please refer us to the proceedings of the Senate? Because some of these things is about procedure. The Senate cannot go up and down. We follow the procedure of doing things. So if we have already started orders of the day, we can't go back again to the other side of matter of urgent national importance. We have our own procedures. But the outside world will not understand. The outside world will think that maybe a female senator wanted to raise an issue, and the Senate President said no. But it is not here. You should have given it to the Senate Services, to the Senate Committee on Senator Zam. You should have listed it now if she gave it to you. Did she give you any motion? Rules and business.
No, Your Excellency, no, sir, but we are talking.
Please rise as you are addressing your colleague. It's a part of the orientation we have to go through now.
Well, I will talk to her after this meeting and see whether we can do it.
Has she given you any motion to list for
No.
today?
No, sir, not to my knowledge.
So,
No, he has not. He has not, sir.
They knew what she was asking, and in that regard, they won't entertain it per se. Wike is one of them. And Wike, who is also the friend, in quote, the friend of the judiciary, buying them cars, building them houses and stuffs like that, giving them loads of gifts, money, simply means that if you take your case to the National Assembly, it will be shut down. Even if they have to perambulate around it, right? Yeah, they're going to shut it down. Wike knows that. And that is why he is so confident, right, that he probably just laugh at a lot of you who still feel like you are Nigerians, especially those of you in Abuja, the FCT. The conversation continued, though. It was an extensive one, so to say. Akpabiole continued, this time around with Natasha, the Kogi senator. Listen.
we don't bring a demon to be an FCT minister. We bring human beings who have compassion, who have families. So if somebody building on a drainage channel, and the court has ordered that such property should be demolished, you can't come by resolution of the Senate and say don't obey the court. The court has its own duties to do. The minister must obey the court orders. But those that are not covered by court orders, we should urge the minister to put a hold on such demolitions until the ad hoc committee interfaces with the FCT administration, and brings the report to be sure that yes, indeed, those things are meritable. But don't tell me that a minister should be told to go and disobey court order. The courts are doing their work, and they take evidence before they come to judgment. So please, let us try not to be emotional when we are doing things. Let's look at things from the national interest. There's a lot of flooding in many parts of the FCT as a result of people clustering houses on drainage channels, where the court gives order to the minister to take care of those things for the benefit of people and children who get drowned, and people are dying during the rainy season. We should take cognizance of those things. I don't know. I don't want us to be emotional, and it is not personal. You have future senators here after us. You have future administrations in FCT after the current administration. You have future presidents after the current president. But please, let's not try to use the parliament to muzzle either the judiciary or the administration from carrying out its duties. Let's come to a middle ground that further demolitions should be put on hold, except those ordered by the courts, until we interface with the FCT administration. So those in support of the fact that we should have an ad hoc committee to investigate this matter, say aye. Those again say nay. The, first, the eyes have it. Then after that, you can give your reason. But I did not hear your voice. I heard the voice from the Senate. I asked the Senate the question, and the eyes have it. So what do you mean you have your reason? Even if you were the one shouting, it doesn't matter. So, on what? Do you have a? Can we take that as the only prayer? Is there any additional prayer?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, you forgot to mention the halt of the demolition.
The
Stoppage, the halt of the demolition, sir.
that is the motion.
But you only talked about establishing the committee to investigate.
No.
Okay.
No. We said that further demolitions should be put on hold, except those ordered by the courts, until the ad hoc committee has interfered with FCT administration to determine the propriety or otherwise of such actions. You see, it's so simple. It's no quarrel.
Nuisance, Lily.
Are you following? Don't worry. We're going to actually break it into pieces as much as possible. There is no court order that any house should be demolished in Abuja. None. The only court orders which Wike has disobeyed have been the stoppage of any demolition of properties. So Wike, even the court orders, Wike claimed that they were fraudulently procured. There is no property built on drainages among the properties that Wike marked for demolition. There is nothing like that. But did you hear the Akpoti defend him already? That Wike is not a demon. That nobody should get emotional about it. Right? That Wike is acting in the interest of how he is stealing people's lands and allocating it to yourself and your friends, the interest of the people of Nigeria or Abuja. Sorry, if you are watching this and you probably happen to be a Wike's, what do you call it? Fanboy or fangirl. Okay? How does stealing people's land, allocating them to yourself, invalidating their documents, their CFOs, how does that come up as for the interest of the people? These, right? These are the details of Wike's friends, companies, including the personal one, the personal ones to himself through a company that is being managed. So the company that is managing his hotel in Port Harcourt. Yeah. How does that correlate to say, oh, he's doing it in the interest of the people of, they know what they are doing, right? But listen to other senators who also defended him that they shouldn't lie, we should not rush into, yeah? Listen to these ones.
Senator Ashiru.
Mr. President, I find a lot of difficulty in this motion. The first issue, I was reading through, and there are this issue of what FCT said, that all Yeah, I'm saying that one, sir. I'm saying that one, sir, because we cannot stop the minister from doing his work. Let us restrict, yes, let us restrict. He's cleaning the city. He's cleaning the city, making the city look good. The idea of demolition is to make the city look good. We can't stop him from doing his work. Yes, we can't stop him from doing his work. This city must look good. It must be a modern city.
Well,
So let's restrict ourselves to the motion. Let us restrict ourselves to the motion of demolition of this estate.
You talk like somebody who is in the built industry. Are you an architect? Well, let me put it this way.
I'm saying it with sense of
Let me put it this way. Senator Abbas, you can allow Natasha to concentrate now. Minority leader, yes.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I think we may not have properly appreciated the body of the motion. The motion in paragraph 3 talked about FCT. So it's not about one demolition. The only problem here is that in the prayer, it restricted itself to one building. And so what amendment that we require now is to say that that property and other properties here marked for demolition until the relevant committee of the Senate interfaces with the FCT minister.
Well, there is only one problem. Some of the demolitions are ordered by the court. We cannot tell the court not to do its work. Sorry, Senator Kingibe, you are not working in FCT.
Thank you, Mr. President, my colleagues. My name is Karimi Sunday Steve. I represent the people of Kogi West. If you look at this motion, Mr. President, sir, a specific land allocation was mentioned belonging to one Paul Obebo. We don't know anything about this thing. And we are just coming because of this to tell the minister, stop. There is need to investigate this matter before giving any directive. We must hear from the minister. So we have to hear before we say stop demolition. So let's hear from the minister first. You can't shave a man's head at his back. You can't shave his head at his back. We need to hear from the minister.
Yes, son.
Thank you, Mr. President. With respect, I disagree with Senator Karimi. I think we need to be fair to everybody. There is before us an allegation that says certain steps are to be taken, which will culminate in demolition. Are we saying that we should allow the place to be demolished while we are trying to look into it? My own view is simple. We should tell him to stop, and as Senator Natasha has said, start the investigation so that there is a level playing ground. Are we now going to investigate, and if we find that the minister has done something wrong, but he has then demolished? I don't think that is fair. I think what is fair is to say, stop the situation today and let us investigate. With respect, I think that is what is fair.
The chairman, Senate Committee.
Are you still going to hear from Wike? You're going to hear from the drunkard. Yeah, you're going to hear from him soon. But Ireti walked back in just before they finally said, okay, they will set up committee, blah, 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 to represent our case again and say, You guys have no idea what you are talking about. Wike is not beautifying any city. Wike is not trying to save the city from flooding. No. This criminal is taking people's lands illegally. Is invalidating people's documents, valid documents, C of O. Is calling them squatters. Is calling them land grabbers. Imagine your uncle that bought his land 25 years ago, got all the documents from government of the FCT. And 25 years later, one drunkard from Rivers State is now the FCT minister and says, well, your uncle is a squatter. He's a land grabber. And he can say whatever he wants to say. The drunkard is going to do whatever he wants to do. And there's nobody that can stop him. What the Wike is carrying out illegality. But he's got friends. They're all going to get lands. He's going to gift them lands. It's going to look like, Abuja land. Take it from the poor people, right? Take their land. Reallocate the land. And then use every trick in the book. Right? I just received this report that information on your screen that Afe Babanlaole, after asking the court to stop the sale of Dele Farotimi's book, and then the proceeds from the book sale should be given to him, he has written to a group called the Legal Committee to bar Dele Farotimi from practicing law in Nigeria. The old rogue, the old criminal, the old crook probably was not told that Dele Farotimi has already retired from practice per se. He has retired. He is no longer a lawyer in that regard under your Nigeria World Review. I don't know if you know, if you knew that or not. Yeah. They are making all these demands while they lock him up. See, I'll get more from that. I just thought I should let you know that the old rogue is so panicky. So the coward is so scared of Dele Farotimi that he will use every crooked means in that contraption to get his pound of flesh. Dele Farotimi must have really hit the he must have touched some nerve inside the old criminal. And he's out there disgracing himself non-stop. But let's go back to their Senate, where Ireti Kingibe came back to say this.
Apologize to your
I
colleagues
apologize to my
for
colleagues
working
for
out on
working
them.
out.
Then you
Now,
will move your
added
motion.
to that my colleagues, I expect fairness in the Senate for everybody. Concessions are given to other people. I expect them to be given to me also when it is needed. I apologize if you did not like how I lost my temper, but I was expecting
apology
this
is
to happen
accepted.
today.
Yeah, proceed to move your motion.
Apology, I keep so bad. Mr. President, my name and my distinguished colleagues, my name is Senator Ireti Kingibe, representing the Federal Capital Territory. Note that the Federal Capital Administration, on the instruction of Honorable Minister of Federal Capital Territory, embarked on massive demolition of structures within the Federal Capital Territory. Also note that the demolition, according to the FCT authority, was informed by illegal structures and non-development of allocated plots of land by the FCT administration. Concerned that in recent time, the demolition exercise in the FCT is no longer based on reasons adduced by the FCT administration that necessitated the demolition. Further concerned that the current demolition in the FCT is not in line with due process of court orders to demolish. As such, a cross-section of individuals had suffered untold hardships occasioned by massive demolition, which has led to a loss of properties worth billions of naira. Also concerned that at the moment, an estate by name Messrs. Paulosa, for which late Colonel Paul Osankwanwa Okbebo is the chairman, is currently under revocation and demolition. And from reliable information, the said plot of land was allocated to him in 1984 with requisite title document. And further concerned that the owner of this estate was a patriotic Nigerian who served the nation meritoriously and one of the first intake of the Nigerian Defense Academy, Kaduna, with registration number 001. Senate resolves accordingly to urge the FCT administration to halt the ongoing revocation and demolition of the said property, as it does not fall within the purview of the reasons for the massive demolition being carried by the FCDA. Also, all demolitions should follow due process. Second prayer. I so submit.
Thank you, but I have one off your mic. I have one problem with your motion. That number 001. Are you very sure? Because I know that Wellington Bassey's estate. Wellington Bassey. Okay. Okay, the first 001 was for the Nigerian Army. Then this 001 is for the Defense Academy. Okay. Any seconder? Yes. Senator Natasha.
Thank you, Mr. President, distinguished
Today
colleagues.
is for women, so go on.
I'm Senator Natasha Akpoti, representing the good people of Kogi Central. I stand to second the motion as raised by distinguished Senator Ireti Kingibe that we should please put a stop to the demolition of Paul Osa Estate in Abuja and set up a committee to investigate the matters that are arising. We should call for the petitions from the estate owners and also invite the Honorable Minister and his team so we can view things objectively from all sides. Thank you so much. I so submit.
Apologize to your colleagues.
Apologize.
The man they are talking about, werey Wike. Oh, I think I should get you prepared. You should be ready for this, okay? The most uncouth, a thug, a tout, that is the minister under a drug lord, werey Wike. I want you to please listen to everything he has to say, all right? And then possibly get the whole picture, okay, of his state of mind, his state of character, and everything you probably should look out for in someone that you can say maybe is sane or is insane in this lawless society. The people who are making and taking decisions, self-centered, greedy scums. According to him, all of those things everybody is doing is just drama. Oh, no, you're acting film. If heaven want to fall, let the heaven fall. He has said all those people complaining, right? They stole the land. Whether they have been there for 20 years or they have been there for 40 years or whatever it is. It's just, he called them land grabbers. He will demolish the houses. Nothing is going to happen. If heaven want to fall, let the heaven fall. Because even if the heaven falls, maybe all of us will stop fasting and prayer. That we want to go to heaven. That's what he said. He said, if heaven want to fall, let it fall. He has done it severally, everywhere. Like, he is known. He has taken people's lands in Abuja. Even those who kind of feel like they are also like, they have the whole connection thing. He's taking the lands from them. He took the land from this, a real estate businessman in Abuja. He is still in court. Because that one believes that, let werey Wike do all he wants to do. If he's going to take the whole of his lifetime right? Wike will pay. And if Wike doesn't pay, whoever is in charge of Abuja when he finally wins, right, will pay for what Wike is doing. That one has been in court since last year. And with Wike in control of the NJC, in control of the Supreme Court and the rest of that, as their good boy, he believes that there's no judgment whatsoever that is ever going to come against him. None. But that one believes so. Whatever, if it's going to take 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, he will fight it to the end. That one is like somebody will get money. There are others who don't have such money to fight. So to Wike, you can all make all your noise right now. He said people are blackmailing him. Meanwhile, he fighting. He said some of us will come here and put our feet down. Because you are all land grabbers. Because you have been there for 20 years. And so, if you have been there for 40 years, and so what? You just come from somewhere. You just grab the land and you started building houses on it, and then you said that you have been there for 40 years, you have been there for 30 years. And so, he called them land grabbers. All document presented, I don't want to see any documents. The only valid documents in Abuja land issue right now is the document issued by Wike. Therefore, real estate houses built by people. It will demolish them. They will burn some of them down. They will, Wike sending people to burn people's property down, so that in a week time, right, they can bring the bulldozer, demolish everything. Listen to him.
But let me use this opportunity to tell Nigerians and residents of Abuja, we are not afraid of blackmail. In fact, you cannot be in this kind of position, you say you will not be blackmailed. Particularly as regards this Abuja. There are so many land grabbers. Some of us have come to put our feet down. Let heaven fall. It is even better that heaven comes down now. So I will not be fasting again to go to heaven. We will stop anybody who thinks that he can take government land for whatever we without formal approval. We will not look at your face. If you like, you can be a civil rights activist. If you like, you can be a television talker. What is wrong is wrong. No amount of blackmail can stop us. People take government property without approval, without document. And I have told people that there was a government yesterday, the government did not take any step, does not mean that another government will come today and will not take step. Or even if this government does not, tomorrow another government will come, that government may take step. That he did something 15 years ago does not mean it is right. It does not mean it is right. The mere fact that nobody tried to tell you it is not right does not make it right. You cannot take blackmail to get something from government. You can't. You cannot. Recently, we told Jonas Brother to quit from the southern business area. When Jonas Brother came to Abuja, they asked for a site for them to do their construction. That site does not mean it belongs to Jonas Brother. Jonas Brother has finished their job. They have to quit the land. You cannot tell me if they give you a site to, because of your construction, you finish, the land now turns to be your own. Is it possible? Show us the document that belongs to you. I'm not that kind of person you can think that you go on television, or they want I was living there 20 years ago. So what? You're a squatter. So what? You're a squatter. If you like, go and carry everybody. What is wrong is wrong. You go back You send people to beg me. Then you go on television to tell people that they came to take their land. You said the land was allocated to a riversman. So what? The riversman is not entitled to have a land in Abuja. You will tell me who is that person that has it, that is entitled to have a land in Abuja? You can't tell me that. If you want me to go and publish names of people who have land in Abuja, I will go and publish, let Nigeria see. If you want land, you know the right thing to do. You know the right step to take. Through blackmail, you won't get it. You won't get it. If your husband had a company who did a job for Abuja and had a site to stay, then it doesn't make it your husband's property. It doesn't. It doesn't. It is for you to come and say, please, we have this problem. How do you help us? And not to begin to blackmail people, carry people to go to social media. Mr. Wike has come to carry somebody's land. He gave it to one house of respect. Ask chairman of FCT, who does not have land in National Assembly. Ask him. Who does not? So, I mean, some of us, you cannot get us by blackmail. Forget it. If you have a problem, come to us. We know how to help you. We know how to solve the problem. Not, oh, I'm a woman. Oh, because I'm a woman. What is that? Because you're a woman, you go and carry government land. It is not so. Let anybody tell the person, bring the document to prove that that property is a property. So many of them like that. I have published it in newspaper and people thought I'm joking. Let me say it here. All of you are saying we are providing vehicles. With which money? Let me tell you, and some of us may not understand this. What does FCT get in a month from the federal government allocation? If the federal government gets 1 trillion a month, for example, we take 1%, and that is 10 billion naira. Assuming federal government gets 1 trillion a month in terms of the allocation, 1% of 10 trillion, 1 trillion, is 10 billion. Today, the salary of this staff, yes, the salary today is no less than 13, 14 billion a month. So where will you get the other one? It's through taxes. It's through revenue. You are talking about Wike is working. Roads here, flyover here. You own a property, pay your ground rent. You won't pay. Then every day say Wike is working. You work with his blood. I mean, I've never seen people like this. You don't sit down to ask, where is this money for flyovers coming? Where is this money for derivation coming from? There's no oil here. We are not collecting derivation. It's only what the federal government gets in a month. They give us 1%. 1%. So we must come very strong. All those who have not paid, who thought we are joking, I am going to revoke all. I am going to do it. You think that nothing will happen? Something will happen. Don't come and be praising me. I'm doing bridge. I'm doing this. With what? So if you know whether you are seated here, go and check your records. If you have not paid, I will give you time to pay. But once the time expires, forget it. I will revoke it and allocate to those who will pay. I need money to do the roads. I need money to provide services in the satellite town. I will not use my blood. Even my blood. How much? So, let us face a reality and tell our it is smoke Igbo. It is taking India.
You heard all of that. Like I said, listen to every bit of what he had to say. And then you can deduce your conclusion from that. Those of you who they are charging land rent or so, or what is that called in Abuja? The tenement rate. So if you don't pay, it will revoke your CFO, take your land from you, and allocate it to somebody else. They went on social media. Instead of you to come to us. Oh, if you come to us, we will know how to help you. You went on TV, you went on social media. And what? Julius Baja came here and we give them land. After they finish their work, they pack and go. These are the lies he tells. Nobody comes to anywhere, nowhere in Nigeria you will see anyone, right? They will just say, oh, you know what, I'm taking this land, because every land, everywhere has owners, including lands that even when government takes your land for maybe developmental purpose or so, and then maybe they now decide not to do it anymore. Okay, they'll tell you that this one is government land. There's no free land anywhere. That you will just come from nowhere and just be like, this is our land. And I will just start building houses. I'm building a house on that. But where the Wike is making it out so, right? That there are people who are going to, who have lost their lands in Abuja, lost their properties, who have had their houses demolished, including those who didn't develop their land. Right? It was like they were gifted the lands and they have no documents to show for it. It's so untrue. But he keeps repeating that on every land he takes in Abuja, every land where the Wike takes, right? Is repeating the same thing. The ones that he's still going to take next year, 2025. Those of you whose own areas they haven't touched yet, they will come to your areas too. And guess what? It's going to repeat the same thing. You are all squatters. You just took the land and built houses there. Where's your document? Show us your document. Guess what? It will revoke people's. Imagine, because if you go to the land registry in any state, okay, you will see the details of every land, the owner, especially if they realize that, let's say, for example, I have these 5 hectares of land, or let's say 10 hectares of land, which is going to be like about 30 acres of land. That's a lot. And I decided to sell them. And I sell this land to maybe 50 people. Because, you know, acres, 1 acre of land is about 4 plots. Or how many plots again? Is it 4 or 5? So 30 acres of land is like, multiply that times 4. That is like 120 plot of land. So let's assume I now sell the land, 6, because I know hectares. I think hectares is more than acres. So hectares is about 8 plots, or 9. I want the right number. Those of you who sabi land very well, help me. Hectares is how many plots? I now know that acres is 6 plots, hectares is 15. Okay. So if I have, let's say I have 10 hectares of land, that's 15 plots times 10. So that's 150 plots of land. So let's say I now sell the land to 70 people. Okay? 2 plots, 1 plot, 3 plots, 2 plots, 1 plot, 3 plots, 70 people. You know, that's a community. If 70 people build their houses, that's like 70 buildings. That's a whole community, right? So at the land registry, at the top of the owner of that 10 hectares of land will be Badero Olushola Mayegun General. So when that land is allocated, and they say, okay, it was allocated to Badero Olushola Mayegun General. I've paid all the dues, I've paid the people, the owners of the land, I've paid everybody. So now I have resold the land to all the small holders, right? They have built the houses everywhere. Now, what the likes of Wike and Co will do will be like, because now those ones, they will now receive the sale confirmation from me. So they will now have to pay government to get a CFO in their own names. You understand now? So if you buy from me, right, you will go to the land registry with that plot that I've sold to you and the paper document I've given to you to say, I have sold you this land, 2 plots in this also area of my land. You will take the documents to the land registry to go and register the land in your name. My name will be there as the seller who sold it to you. And then every detail, how much and all that, you will pay the government. Government will now give you a document called the CFO, Certificate of Occupancy. Now that CFO is what you will now hold as to show that not only the receipt that I sold you the land, including government aware that you are now the owner of the land. With all of this, that's what you call the land document. You can use it as a collateral to borrow money. You can, like it is what really put value on your land. Okay? So what the likes of Wike and Co will do is, once they check and say, that Mayegun General, he died last year at the age of 85. So is he dead? Oh, he's dead. I'll be okay. What we are going to say now is that that land that Mayegun General sold, he stole the, he grabbed the land. And the government has revoked the rights to that land from him. From the office, they will just say it's been revoked. You see, all of you that bought 2 plots, 3 plots, 1 plot, 2 plots, 3 plots from me, with all your certificates of occupancy, your everything, from land registry, they've removed my name. So all your documents will be invalidated. So if you now go back, just so you know that they are the ones behind it, if you now go to that side, they want to demolish our houses, so why would you? We have documents. They say, no. The man that sold the land to you, he don't have any right to that land. He bribed people to get the document for the land. Meanwhile, I got the land maybe when I was maybe 25 years old, like about 60, 50 years ago. But they've discovered that I am dead already, so I'm not alive to come and defend all of Puna anymore. That's what they are doing. Because the only place you will get to know the history of land in anywhere in Nigeria is to go to the land registry. To the point that this level of corruption, usually they carry that out. I mean, the lower cadre of officers in the land ministry in Nigeria are the ones who usually carry out this kind of fraud. So you get, they will go and check the land history. The main man who owned the land, is an old man, he's dead. They will just kind of, maybe if they want to extort all of you that bought the land from him, they will just come around and say, well, we are revoking everything. We are demolishing your houses. So you will have to go and bribe them. So if you now go and say, okay, please, I have 16 plots in that place. That's where I have my small apartments that I rented out. Please don't demolish. I say, okay, go and pay us 10 million naira. We'll remove your own. We'll remove your own from the demolition. So if you now bribe them and say, okay, take 50 million naira to spare my land and my house and my properties. That's what Wike is saying. If you come to us, we will know what to do. Instead of going to the TV, instead of to come to us, we will know how to help you. You go to TV, and you are talking, show the document, show documents that you are the owner of the land. Go and show us documents. because no document you will show to them. They've already cancelled it. They have reallocated your lands. They've put another people's names on it. So to complete the whole transfer, they have to demolish all your properties on it. And they can use any excuse. That is how you will know what it means not to live in a country that does not have any rule of law, where anybody can do whatever they want. Yeah. They can do whatever they want. You are supposed to be reporting land grabbers to government. For example, now let's say me, Mayegu. I have friends in the land registry, and I want to carry out a fraud. Because that is, like I said, that is where you are going to know the history of any land, anywhere, including your village. You'll be surprised. Yeah, your village, where you say you think say they do not have any record. Go to land registry. You will be surprised the names of the names of those who own the land in the last 100 years. You see it in the land registry. From one person to another, from person to another. You will see it there. If you want to carry out fraud, that's Omonile, Ajagungbale. Once they tell you the history and say this land was transferred to, and it was also, you know that people are already there. You can just go to the land ministry, get the history and all of that as a land grabber, and begin to, you can even initiate court case to bribe judges, bribe this one, bribe that one, to give you one escapade judgment, so that you can go and extort and exploit the current occupant of the lands. And you know, in Nigeria, what people will now do is that they will begin to look for, okay, maybe we should settle them. Maybe we should kind of settle them so that they can leave us alone. So you are supposed to go and report land grabbers to government and say, hey, come, Omoniles are disturbing us. So they are saying they are going to demolish our properties. They are harassing us. So, and the government will come and defend you or even arrest them. Who do you report to? If the people in government are the ones who are intending to take your land, who are you going to report to? That's the point. Living in a country, in a lawless country, where the rule of law is dead, who do you report the government to? God, okay. ADFPN can report them to God, because there is nobody to report the rogues in government interested in your property. There's nobody to report them to other than to report to God. And that is why the likes of werey are playing God. They have it all perfected out. They have it all sorted. They know. And that is why when they are talking, they will kind of like belittle the publicity that this situation has brought. They don't care. You can go to social media, you can go on TV, you can, but if you come to us, maybe we can, we can just kind of like, we can help you. But if you don't have any access to us, forget about your land, pack your bag, go back to your own states. They are saying I have reallocated the land. And so, River State man does not have the right to have a land in Abuja. If a River State man wants a land in Abuja, why can't he just buy the land? Why do you have to take people's land forcefully and then reallocate it to a Rivers man? Why? They always know what they like, the way they always do it, right? Akpabioli and co, they are all going to get lands, even though they have lands in Abuja already. They don't buy land. Politicians, they don't usually buy lands. They give it to them like it's free, because they have to give them first so that they can defend the action. So if you cry to them, you are just crying in front of the person. We're not go back. We're gonna go appease you. It's like, look at what they have done to me. What did they do to you? Can you believe it? They've taken my land. Hey. They've taken your land. Oh, hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Oh, God go judge them. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to turn to. My sister, pack your bag and go back to your village. That is Nigeria. That's just waiting for the downfall of the wicked. Yeah, that's another consolation. There are many, many people who are not really, they are not direct victims of the impunity. Sure, you get. But somehow, they are powerless, like the victims themselves. They are powerless. So they just feel like, the day when the wicked go fall. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait for the day that, wicked, hey. Yoruba says, Kile kotopa oshika. Loosely translated to before the evil man or evil man dies, right? A lot of good men would have died too. All the good things would have been destroyed. Just before one evil man dies, a lot of good men and good things would have been destroyed. That's exactly what these guys are. And I think that's their saving grace. People just let them do it anyway. You know? I want to feel sorry for the people of Abuja, but I just feel like it is not, they haven't even started with use. I mean, you guys are millions in Abuja. But you can't even muzzle to put together 100,000 of you to shut down Abuja. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you want to do that. Because majority will be like, it's none of my business. Forgetting the fact that it is turn by turn, Nigeria Limited, turn by turn. When they finish from this side, they go to that side. When they finish from here, they go to that one, they go to that one, to the next one, and the next one. Until when they will come for you. And guess what? There will be nobody to stand up for you. It is a Nigerian thing. We lament, we talk, like somebody will say on Mayegun's very political. We analyze, we are just analyzing. Let's do action. So, I wish I am living there. Maybe I would probably have joined the action, but I'm not living there. I am not a direct victim of this, but even my own medium of enlightenment and then shining light on this whole thing. There are enough motivation for those of you who actually live there, waiting to become their victim, direct one. Everybody is a victim, so to say. You're living in a city where you have more than 5 million of you living in that city. But there's no way the injustice they are meeting at each section of that place, taking place as we speak, there is no way it's going to be so difficult to actually mobilize over 100,000 of you, even if they have not touched your own property yet. But it is a Nigerian thing. If it hasn't happened to me, maybe it's not really happening. Maybe it's just been exaggerated. They need a lot of land to take from you, a lot of it. And guess what? In their greed, in their selfishness, they have enough of you, enough of their own anger zone that they were going to allocate all the lands to. See? These are those who are going to take over the lands in Abuja. And you must know something. Some of these are just, they're just fronts, proxies. Okay? So Wike, look at them. Wike and his guys, they will never stop until they are stopped. This time last year, no, in January, at least 2023, 2 years ago, or let's say this time 2 years ago, we were all anticipating what the outcome of the obedient movement was going to be. The 4 people tweeting in a room, marked by the Oshiomole and gang as social media noisemakers until the 25th of February 2023, when the tsunami of obedience swept through the political space of Nigeria. It was massive that the shock led to an immediate shutdown of the supposed IRF. The election results portal, where men were falling like pack of cards until INEC intervened and saved PDP, APC from a generational disgrace. But before they switched off the IRF portal, some men already kissed the dust, and some new men who barely spend a dime to stand against career politicians in PDP, APC emerged, including Okada Rider from Kaduna, and so many other individuals who stood no chance in challenging APC or PDP. Those of them who lost their contest in this APC PDP, they rushed down to Labour Party, picked up different tickets of House of Rep, Senate, and they rode on the back of the obedient movement, the naive, young and old Nigerians at the time who wanted new Nigeria. A new Nigeria is possible. But what they did not possibly see coming, the obedient, the naive obedience, was that some of these politicians are opportunists. Opportunists, one. Then number two, they just added to use obedient movements to be groomed for APC. A year after, people bled, people were shot, people were killed. In your effort to stop the advancement of APC and what they have done to you, those who benefited from that movement ended up on the side of those who wanted you all killed, those who called you fascists, those who called you terrorists, those who said that you are a danger to Nigeria because you are demanding for a better Nigeria. Those who pretended to actually believe in whatever Obi was preaching, something different from what this APC, PDP were offering you. I have said that before, that they were supposed to build the real opposition in the National Assembly. Guess what? More than 57 House of Representatives and then a Senate seat were won by these guys without spending a dime, per se, without bribing anyone, without giving money to any voter. They escaped through, only for them to end up filling the rank and file of APC. These two guys are the latest. See this one on the left? Is from Jos. Said he represents Jos. just north, just south, right? His name is Alfred Ajang. Just south, just east, Federal constituency. Last week, the one on the right also jumped ship. These were the unknown faces that took advantage of the gullibility, the naivety of some of the young Nigerians. But today, they are APC, Egbekegbe member. I'm talking about the last, in the last 3 weeks, more than 7 Labour Party National Assembly members have jumped ship. And guess to where? To APC, Egbekegbe. That Jank guy is the latest, and according to him, it's because Tifnubu is doing a great job. That's why he had to go and join Tifnubu to help Tifnubu to fix Nigeria. Listen to this.
I need your attention, please. No, just your attention, please. Honorable George, are you okay? Honorable colleagues, I have a letter coming from our dear brother, Honorable Ajang Alfred Ilya, member representing Jos South, Jos East Federal Constituency of Plateau State. Before I read this letter, honorable colleagues, please permit me to recognize our legendary brother, a very patriotic Nigerian, the former governor of Plateau State, former Minister of Information, and a current senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Honorable distinguished Lalon, who is here as a friend of the house again for the second time to come and appreciate us on this very historic day. Your Excellency, you are most welcome. And we hope this kind of visit will continue after the Christmas break. We'd want to see you for a final round in January to deliver so that Plateau will become completely green. Absolutely. As the DG that actually produced our president, the accolades and the achievements are too many to mention. Thank you, distinguished Senator. You are most welcome. Now to the letter from Honorable Ajang Alfred Ilya. His letter read, or the subject matter is defection from the Labour Party to the All Progressive Congress, APC. His letter reads, I hope this letter finds you in good health and high spirits. I write to formally inform you of my decision to defect from the Labour Party to the All Progressive Congress, APC, effective immediately. This decision was due to the crisis of leadership in the Labour Party, and though deeply personal, is one that I believe is in the best interest of my constituents and the broader objectives of national development. There are several key reasons behind my decision to make this significant political shift. One, alignment with national development agenda. Over time, I've closely observed the policies and direction of the APC, particularly under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari. Order, please. Honorable colleagues, please, can you allow us to finish reading his letter? The celebration can follow later, please. The APC's commitment sorry, Honorable Aswaju Ahmed Tinubu, point of correction, please. Alignment with national development. Over time, I've closely observed the mistake, please, honorable colleagues, is from him, not from me. I read what is in his letter. So please, your letter, you need to correct it. you put Muhammadu Buhari instead of Aswaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So please correct it. Particularly under the President Aswaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu.
Point of order, Mr.
And
Speaker.
now, honorable colleagues,
APC.
honorable colleagues, his letter is correct. His letter is correct. Let me read the paragraph again.
Point of order.
What he said is alarming with the national development agenda. Over time, I've closely observed the policies and direction of the APC, particularly under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari and now under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The APC's commitment to infrastructural development, economic growth, and national unity resonates deeply with my vision for Plateau State and the country at large. I believe that by joining the ruling party, I'll be better positioned to contribute to the realization of these developmental goals and bring much needed support to my constituents. Effective representation for my constituents. As a representative of the Jos South and Jos East federal constituency, my primary responsibility is to ensure welfare and development of my people. In recent times, I have found it increasingly difficult to align with the Labour Party's approach to national issues, especially given its limited influence in the current government structure. I believe that joining the APC will provide me with the greater opportunities to secure federal support for projects that are crucial to the people of Plateau State, including improved healthcare, education, infrastructure, and security. Again, building bridges for a greater Plateau and Nigeria. By making this transition, I aim to play a more active role in fostering unity and collaboration across party lines. I believe that the APC's inclusive approach to governance will create opportunities for bridging divides and fostering greater cooperation in the pursuit of the common good. My decision is not based on personal gain, but on the desire to contribute to the national cause while advancing the needs of Plateau State. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, I assure you that my decision to join the APC is motivated by the commitment
Point of order,
to
Mr.
the
Speaker.
welfare of my people, the development
Point of order,
of
Mr.
Plateau
Speaker.
State, and the future prosperity of Nigeria.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
I look forward to continuing
Speaker must
my
be heard in
work
silence.
the National Assembly as a member of the APC.
Point of order.
And I remain dedicated to advancing
Speaker must be heard in silence, please.
of Jos South and Jos East federal constituency. I thank you for your understanding and continued support. Yours faithfully, signed.
Speaker must be heard in silence, please.
Alfred Iliam. Honorable colleagues, it's my pleasure to present to you
Mr. Speaker, point of
the
order.
newest member of APC
Mr.
of the State
Speaker.
Assembly.
Point of order.
Honorable Ajana Alfred Iliam. Welcome.
Point
to the
of order,
State
Mr.
Party in
Speaker.
Africa. I'll recognize your point of order after a while. Eh? Let us celebrate a little and then you can talk.
Mr. Speaker.
If you are obedient, watching me right now, how do you feel? Like, I don't know if some of you have possibly forgotten what happened in 2023 or the road to 2023. How do you feel? Because I know some of you are using what is called a cope. After a lot of disappointments you have experienced, after the old charade thing last year, and it is so difficult for some of you to admit that you were used. or you allowed yourselves to be used by a system that is so rigged against you that the only hope you have right now is to say, Obi, Peter Obi is my leader. It's the only Peter Obi that I am following. You want to change Nigeria with Peter Obi? Peter Obi. And then you have rogues, mules that are pretty much in love with the rot and the rotting system. But they can easily use you and your emotion, which they are going to do again. Oh, they're going to do it again. But some of you are already preparing yourselves to be used again. Let me tell you something, in case if you don't know. By 2025, Atiku, Peter Obi, and some others, they're going to launch their own new political party. It's not going to be Labour Party. It's not going to be PDP. Forget about that. They are going to launch a new political party next year. And that new political party is going to be populated by the same rogues that you know. But since Obi will be part of it, you, the obedient, you are ready to be used. And they will use you again. And that might be a little bit kind of like blunt, yeah? But it is. They will use you again. I'm not saying that you shouldn't make yourselves available to be used and used and used to advance the cause of these guys. But the only way you will know that you likely will get something out of it is if the likes of that same Atiku and Obi, before they launch any political party, actually now, to show to you that they are different in general, whatever they have in mind is so different from what these guys represent, then they should be able to mobilize the millions of you right now to push for not just a electoral reform. They will push for constitutional reform, a new constitution, electoral reform, a new electoral rules, judicial reform, a new set of judiciary. But if they jump these three to go and launch another political party, right? Just know that from foundation to its completion, Tifnumbu and his gang, there will be stakeholders there. And this is how it's going to be. Any new political party this guy launches, you will see Tifnumbu controls at least 40% of it, the stake. The rest can be shared between Obi and Atiku. But for you, the obedient, you probably will be willing and ready. As long as Obi is there, maybe to make you feel better as well, they probably will say make Obi be the presidential candidate. I mean, they can do that. I don't know if Atiku will play along, but yeah. I mean, that is when you can say, okay, if you want to use also, we said go use our head. I do not have control over what will happen, but I do have an idea where it is going to end. You're all validating this madness by participating in what is not rule-based game, a rigged game. And so many of them will use you. Yeah, you get some new guys. We are obedient. We are loyal to Obi. Nobody is loyal to anybody, man. Nobody is loyal to himself. You are just being used. And you get so carried away that a lot of you are not really using your, you're not using your heads. That's why they are using it for you. When you see people who have been so invested in a rigged, rotten system, and you choose to ignore them, as long as they supported Obi, let's forget about all their, let's ignore all of their shadiness. It doesn't matter. We want to rescue, we need the good, the bad, the ugly. Really? So that's how you set yourselves up to be used and reused by these rogues. Many of them are still going to cross. I mean, it is so sad. People rejected PDP. They rejected APC, for goodness sake. They rejected their money from PDP, APC to kill her, and despite all the threats, the attacks, only for the beneficiary of that to go back to APC, abi PDP. Like that is one of the highest betrayal of anything, right? It is next level betrayal, man. I mean, let's even kind of like say, okay, just their way and normal way, but any human being that is acting or that acted like that, they are like worthless people. It's not politics. Somebody will say it's politics. I mean, if Tinubu is actually like fixing Nigeria right now, you can say, well, I mean, like, sure you get. But look at Nigeria. If APC is doing something that is changing Nigeria for the better, improved economy, employment, stable electricity, improved security, reduced corruption, I mean, children back to school, all this stuff, right? You can say, well, they are fair enough, is getting better. What do you expect? Nigeria is now in the worst place ever. Nigerians are in the worst place ever. So somebody will now come and say he wants to join them to make Nigeria. What the hell? There's no betrayal. There's no betrayal bigger than that. That's some massive betrayal, man. See, people died, though. Some people are still carrying the wound. Yeah, the mark. The scar. From them rejecting PDP, APC. A woman was burnt in Kogi because they wouldn't accept APC. People were killed only for the beneficiaries to, come on, man. Yeah? That's next level betrayal, man. It's like, oof. Worthless people. Because they know that there's not going to be any election in 2027. They're going to write it. You better jump on board now. Ogbeni, there's no election 2027. Better join APC now so that they go write your own results. So you want to come back here? So I want to come. Labour Party cannot help you. Obedient. This what happened in 2023 will never happen again. No. We'll never let them try. It's like happen. No. Do you want to come back? Yes, I want to come back. Forget about this social media obedient. This, forget about them. We'll write the results. We need to know all of you on the side of the president, okay, so that we can put your name down. Are you ready? Yes, I am ready, sir. Ready, sir. I'll tell the speaker about you. I'll tell the Senate president that you are ready. So, you understand? Yes, sir. I understand, sir. That is the state of Nigeria. Here is the guy who was Atifu's spokesperson. Atifu actually put him on. Imagine that, oh. Like, while some of you were waiting for Atifu's 10,000, 20,000 naira, screaming at the top of your voices or your lungs online for Atifu, for those ones who collected money. Not everybody actually got the chance of collecting money. For Atifu, online, Ulabadani was being paid 1.5 million naira every month. He was specifically hired like a consultant, spokesperson for Atifu in 2023. Atifu gave him a car, I mean, an SUV, a bulletproof SUV. Toyota Prado Abin Kokon, over 50 million naira car, right? Was given to this guy by Atifu. Immediately after the tribunal ruling, he started singing the praises of Atifu. Today is Tinubu's spokesperson, Ulaba. Now he has something to say. 2027, wait for you.
Mr. President, that Mr. President thinks well of the country and wants Nigeria to come out of the doldrum. We have seen marked success and gains in the reform agenda. We have seen the foreign reserve. The president has been paying debt. We have the local government autonomy. The tax law is there. The increase in the GDP, the employment, the unemployment level coming down. So our worst days are behind us, and that tells us that this reform agenda is for the good of Nigeria. So it's exciting to be privileged to serve Mr. President and serve Nigeria in the capacity of his spokesman on policy communications. Part of what we have been doing, taking our time and engaging with Nigerians and talking to them about the policy of the president. We have applied unconventional approach where we take the presidency to the people to where they are. Last week we had engagement with young Nigerians in a coffee hangout. We have plans to be in the park, talk to union workers, road union workers. We'll be in the marketplace and talk to market people, and then talk to them about the policy and the plan of the president, and then speak to them in the language of their occupation. So when you go to the market, you speak to them and speak to the prices of items and the progress that's been made as a result of that policy. That's our approach, and we thank God and thank Mr. President for that privilege and opportunity. Mr. President is focused on governance, delivering on the mandate that he promised to the Nigerian people, and has refused to be distracted by political talk ahead of 2027, because he is very focused on the issues that border on the Nigerian people, to make sure that people come out of hunger, to make sure that agriculture will bring about a revolution, to make sure that our people are able to deal with their everyday problems and have progress in their everyday life. And so the time for politicking is not yet ready. When that time comes, we are going to be ready for everyone. What I can tell you for sure is that Mr. President's agenda, which is working well, is what will naturally endear the Nigerian people to voting for another term. And Mr. President is more than anything else eminently and constitutionally qualified to run for second term. And God willing, I give him Mr. President life and health. We do hope that Mr. President will run his course as provided. I'm aware that Nigerians are suffering. It's more than, if there is any word like that, more than aware. If you have been following the trajectory of his administration and his engagement with Nigerians, you must have been familiar with this cliche that I want Nigerians to be patient. I've asked for the job. The buck stopped at my desk. We are committed to ensuring that the Nigerian people come out of the problem. And the proof that the president is aware is the kind of, is seen in his emphasis and focus on agriculture. Recently, he attended the G20 summit, and the conversation this year is global governance reform. And the global governance reform is anchored on two things. One is dealing with hunger, poverty. The second one is climate change. If you have noticed, even before the G20 meeting, the president over the last 1 year has been emphasizing on these two elements. If you can see the provision of fertilizers and seedlings to agriculture, people in the agricultural sector, you can see that he recently even created Ministry of Livestock to tell you that his emphasis is dealing with the critical things affecting the Nigerian people. So he's very much aware, but more than just being aware, the president is working to ensure that we deal with the problems confronting Nigerian people, especially hunger. And sometimes back we had the food inflation going on because of certain factors that can be explained, like the insecurity in the north, which affected farmers. If you go to the north, the flood that happened recently also affected the crops, the food crops of the people. Some of this can be explained, but we are coming out of it because if you look at the indices of the Nigerian Bureau of the statistics, you will see that even food inflation, we are making much progress in that regard. Hopefully, by the time the rainy season hits in, we are going to see the problem of hunger and food supply or inflation behind us. With respect to the second one, I actually haven't thought about that because I have not been in touch with Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, but it is not necessary at the moment. He's somebody I respect as an elder statesman and somebody that I served, when I was serving, as a spokesman for the campaign. So I don't have anything against him, but of course you know that I am busy at the moment, serving Mr. President, so I haven't been in touch with him. But I don't think we have events in Ghana. You would have noticed, if you look at it from comparative analysis, you will see that not to
Namugu they fight for Nigeria, or fraudsters who want to kind of leverage on your gullibilities. You see anybody saying they are fighting for Nigeria or Nigerians? I mean, I don't kind of like trust people that say that. No, I have trust issue in that regard. And I'm not the type that always have anything to do with, have anything like a trust issue. I relate with people with plain mind, open mind, and all that. Sure, you get. When I see people say they are fighting for Nigeria or they are fighting for Nigeria, I'm like, shut up, man. You're not. So that you are actually like a scammer or you're a gullible person. Everybody is cashing out based on your emotions, this and that. Don't fight for Nigeria. Don't fight for Nigerians. Fight for yourself. Maybe if we have a lot of people who are putting the fight to say, I'm fighting for myself and my future in this regard, I'm fighting the system. Maybe we can give them benefit of the doubt. Atifku as a person is like Tifnumbu. Yeah, Atifku believes that whatever money cannot do, more money will do it. Yeah, that's his own motto as well. And Atifku believes that if you give the people the right amount of money, you can buy their loyalty. But it's just that Tifnumbu has been in that same business for a while. You understand? So you might say it is working for Tifnumbu and it is not working for Atifku. But you'll be wrong, or you'll be dead wrong if you think Tifnumbu is smarter in buying loyalty than Atifku. No, he is not. It is a Nigerian thing. Everybody will rally around the man with the cake and the knife. It is a Nigerian thing. If it was Atifku, the declared winner, you see, most of the people you see around Tifnumbu, they will desert him. What kept Tifnumbu and his gang, or what gave Tifnumbu control for this long, is because of annexing the Lagos, treasury, making it its own piggy bank. It's got so much money, it has access to so much money that no other politician in Nigeria except Atifku have access to. That's what makes Tifnumbu last. Lagos state money. Now the federal money. The man with the cake and the knife. It's a Nigerian thing. If by chance, last year, Momodu Yakubu did not intervene for Tifnumbu, and let's say either, okay, let me say Obi was the one that was declared winner. And they said, okay, out of the 109 senators in Abuja, Labour Party only have, I'm just using some random figure, Labour Party only have just about 15. That is far, far less, Abi. Before the end of 2023, majority of the people you see in APC, PDP, they will decamp to Labour Party. Yeah, they will decamp. And suddenly, Labour Party will have the majority. Out of 360 House of Representatives members, let's say Labour Party only have just about 60 of them. Before the end of 2023, if Obi was declared the president, right, you will see more than 200 of them. They will decamp to a Labour Party automatically, like that. Out of 36 state governors, if everything went to at that time, or they had about, I think it's about 6 states was supposed to be Labour Party states. Plateau State, Enugu State, Abia State, which is Alex Otti, right? River State, where else again? About 6 states in Nigeria was supposed to be Labour Party. If they let your election to go, and then Lagos State, yes, Lagos State. By the end of 2023, you would have had more than 18 states in Nigeria that will automatically become Labour Party. Governors will be decamping to Labour Party. It is a Nigerian thing. Shamelessly, everybody will just align. It's like that. They will align. They will begin to align. And before you know it, boom, Labour Party will become the... you saw how APC was birthed now, Abi. The state governors that started the APC They were not elected by APC. No, they didn't win election on APC. They were PDP governors, ANPP governors. What others? What's the other one then? ACN governors. They are metamorphosed to APC. It is a Nigerian thing. So, like I said, it's just that Tifnumbu have access always have access to the deepest wallets in the Nigerian political space, Lagos State. And that's why you see so many of them. When Tifnumbu said, "It's my turn, I have paid my dues. I have been nurturing a lot of you, but now it is my turn." You will see a senator from Kaduna. He will tell you that there was a time that they had to give him a bag of money from Lagos, Tifnumbu. 50 million naira, 100 million naira. Tifnumbu gave me 100 million naira in 2017. He gave me 300 million naira in 2005. He gave, you know what I mean? Because that's how he planted everybody everywhere. The money was there and they were giving it to them. Go and run here, go and run there. Oh, you have a court case, Abi. Oh yeah, which court? So who is that judge? We'll talk to him. Don't worry. They will deliver the judgment in your favor. Oh yeah. Sure you get Lagos State money. I think Atiku's money is just like he made so much money from selling Nigeria properties or helping to sell them in giveaway prices that those who bought those properties did not actually own the properties. They bought they bought them in like a proxies. So when you want to kind of say you are working with this ones and that one in the name of opposition, right? To save Nigerians, I don't believe you. I won't believe you. I don't know if we should listen to the other part of his statement, if you don't mind. Do you? Or I should just let it go, because it's just probably going to get us more like... Atiku was paying that guy 1.5 million naira every month when he hired him in 2022 for his presidential ambition. He gave him a car that is worth over 50 million naira. And when the money stopped coming, he started singing the praises of Tifnumbu. He was in APC. When he left APC because of Muslim tickets to go and join Atiku. Today, he's back to where he belonged, and yeah, they're getting ready for 2027 for you. Okay, I'll save you. Let me give you one more, just before we go, right? A supposed Akpabiole's advisor ahead. They said this guy is Akpabiole's advisor. Okay. And you remember that the Akwa Ibom State, is it Akwa Ibom State governor? No, that guy that lost his wife recently. Okay. So I do not know what is being celebrated at this gathering, but they asked this guy, and he said he congratulates the governor of Akwa Ibom State for losing his wife, and that became a viral video, right? Listen.
Congratulate His Excellency, the governor of the state, over the demise of his dear, lovely wife. I want to wish all of us a very happy stay today. May God bless you. Thank you. Today, I won't say anything, but for me, the last thing to say, let me first of all congratulate His Excellency, the governor of the state, over the demise of his dear, lovely wife. I
mean, I don't know how to react to that, right? But the internet kept reacting like, what do you mean you congratulate the governor of the state for the demise of his wife? Like, congratulate or sympathize with the governor or something. What's the right word? Or more English, though. But if you think that's funny, another one here from Edo State. Police harassing people, right? And somebody was recording the video. And it is the commentary that really got me, okay? Police harassing a citizen and trying to shoot. And the person recorded said, wait, let him shoot you. Oh yeah, shoot her. Oh yeah, in fact, it was like, what the heck, man? Edo people, waiting they saw, waiting it is. Like I mean, I didn't actually know how to react when I saw that video. Okay, I heard the commentary. Oh yeah, me una shoot him, shoot him, na cow, shoot him. Oh yeah, pull your clothes, Oh yeah, shoot him. Like you are telling somebody to pull a clothes. Pull your clothes, yeah, pull your clothes. Shoot him, na cow. Armed robber, they disturb people. You know, go fight them. Oh yeah, shoot him. I was like, shoot him, bawo. You get it's like somebody me fighting somebody. And I say, then they pull gun. I was like, oh yeah, shoot him, let's see. Shoot. I'll shoot him, bawo. They want to shoot him. Which one is shooter? Like you just say I be what? People are going through a lot in that place, man. And it is Niger. You just don't know where to start from and how to react sometimes, right? That's why they said that now only crazy people will survive in that place. So even if you don't get crazy before, you need to kind of practice your crazy. You need to be crazy. If not, my brother, you need to be crazy or else like this, they go chance you. They go chance you in this country. You know, if you do anything with ordinary, you have to be like, I say, I mean, to be alone. No gentleman, or else you'll be cheated, or you'll be, you'll be bullied or something like that. Anyway, here is my final stuff, okay? But it's not final, because I think I still have one. When I was growing up, right, there was this belief that Oni of Ife, this is not the current honey of Ife now, okay? Oni of Ile-Ife was like the deity. You get that now? Like, is like next to the gods. It's like the representative of the gods on earth. That's the traditional way of the Yorubas. Until this, no wonder that late Chief Gani Fawemi called one of I will spare the person's name now, okay? He called one of the Yoruba Obas stupid and a very foolish person who was obnobbing with the military, oppressing the people at the time. Yeah, Gani Fawemi. Delefaro to me is pretty much like a gentleman. He's still a nice guy from Inolende in Ibadan. You know, Gani Fawemi was not really a very nice person when it comes to words. He never hid his disgust for the establishment and their enablers in Nigeria when he was alive. That's why they jailed him. They jailed Gani Fawemi for about 6 or 7 times. Right? Including some of the people who were supposed to be his colleagues who used the system to lock Gani Fawemi up. It was a legend, man. Majority of those who are trying to compare Gani Fawemi to Dele Farotimi, the Ronokus especially, who are trying to praise Gani Fawemi and then disparage Dele Farotimi because of this current ongoing imbroglio, right? Majority of them are a bunch of lunatics or losers who never really know, who never knew who Gani Fawayemi was. Gani Fawayemi was hell-bent in sending Tinubu to jail as a criminal. But the stupid morons pretty much want to praise Gani Fawayemi to disparage Dele Farutimi for exposing the rot and the corruption in the Nigerian judiciary. Gani Fawayemi called the Yoruba Oba a very stupid and foolish man wearing crown. I don't know if here is the most foolish and stupid man or stupid Oba of our own generation. Ogunwusi, Oni of Ife, a disgrace to the Yoruba race, Yoruba culture and tradition, an ass-licker and a fraud. Bokuwari and his gang, who destroyed Nigeria, has been receiving guests that makes him feel like it's actually a thing, a murderer, a genocidist, an hateful tribalist who became president of Nigeria and helped in furthering, dividing, and destroying that contraption beyond anything. But this chancer led other idiots like him to go and visit Bokuwari in Daura or Oni of Ife. The supposed Arole Odua. If this one Arole Odua, now this one be Omuale Odua. Like, I'm just saying, they say that if a house is peaceful, now because the bastard in that house is yet to grow. I think the bastard inside the Odua's house has grown now. And there's no amount of, I don't think there's going to be limitation to the shame this guy is going to bring to Yoruba land. How do you think he greeted Bokuwari when he got to Bokuwari's house? He went to Bokuwari's house. He went to Bokuwari's house. Royal fathers with supposed crowns. Oh my God. How do you think they greeted Bokuwari when they got there? Did they prostrate? Did they prostrate to him? Yeah, that's why that's why Gani Fawayemi said he wouldn't. Until his death, he would never prostrate to any Yoruba Oba. And he never prostrated to any Yoruba Oba. He never even had any chance of meeting them. Man, that man pretty much came ahead of his time. How they sold us off. How they became the appendages of the criminal politicians, the ruiners of Nigeria. The supposed people who are supposed to protect our culture, our tradition. See what they have reduced it into. Political obas. Look at them. Ogunwusi. How old is he now, Seth? I think 48 or 40 kidneys, Let me go and check. How old is Ogunwusi? Ogunwusi. Oni. Ogunwusi. How old is he? I think he should be about, is it 50, right? It's 50 years old. He was born on October 17, 1974. So yeah, he's 51. He should be 51. I'm sorry, 50 rather. He should be 50 now. This is 2024. A total disgrace to what's Yoruba. So you see, this is why a lot of people would never respect. And by the time these guys are done, there'll probably be nothing left for us to say, oh, hold on to and say we are Yorubas. We Yorubas. proud Yorubas. The same guy was reported to have traveled to China. You know that they are doing illegal mining of gold in Ile-Ife and then the surrounding communities, Chinese. Yeah, they have all their, I mean, especially in Osun State as we speak. When you go to Elisha, when you go to Ife and some of these areas in Osun State, illegal miners everywhere. People's homes are already shaking from different blast chemicals they are using to blast, some of these earth in all these communities as we speak. The same illegal miners in Ife, they invited him to China. They took him to their processing plants where they are processing their gold. They are stealing from Ife. So, sorry. John Belloron. So fortunate too. So when I saw that video, I was like, that picture, I was like, what the heck, man? Yeah? You left Ife, your palace, Abi. You traveled down to Daura to go and present a picture to a murderer. Like, what the heck, man? How do you even explain that? But then I'm like, Mayegun, calm down, you are overreacting. There is no Oba in Yoruba land per se. You only have the local government employees wearing different kind of crowns and parading themselves as the custodians of Yoruba cultures and tradition. They do not have any respect for any culture and tradition, unfortunately. But we have to tell our children what these guys have now brought upon us, and never keep quiet. Don't ever keep quiet. Don't let anybody kind of blackmail you or gaslight you to keeping quiet. Don't say it as it is, because that may be the only posterity that we have for our own children. Our children must know this too. These are disgrace to what is Yoruba. They are pure disgrace. One of them that served as Okuwari's advisor for 8 years. What is his name again? This guy from Ekiti. Babafemi Ojedu traveled down to Ibadan 2 days ago. Okay? And then he visited the supposed premier university, University of Ibadan, UI, and he posted this video of the state of the University of Ibadan. Take a look. Anyway, brethren, I have done my part. Okay. And yeah, we'll keep saying it as it is, even if it makes you uncomfortable. That's why we call this platform the Temple of Truth. We do not do political correctness here. We do not do your you got that thing again? Tribal Olympics here. Okay. And that's why we call it the Temple of Uncomfortable Truth. So you can call us out. Yeah, in that regard. People like to call it TOT. You get that now? TOT. Temple of Truth. I beg, no, we'll have you to it, Jare, and call it tout. So that those who will call us, or who tell, who accused us of not having any respect, or we have no home training, when we are talking about the rogues and the lunatics, chancers, who are taking advantage of us, right, in that contraption, taking advantage of our ethnic, tribal, religious association to rob us the good life in that contraption. So we can say we are tout to them. Yeah, I think we should be called tout. Temple of uncomfortable truth. And if you actually get so uncomfortable, maybe that's a truth. We hit you differently, right? Or if you probably feel like you are on the wrong platform, this will be the right time for you also to end our relationship, right? For your own good, it's for your own mental health. Because that's how it is on this platform all the time. And we see it, we react to it. For posterity's sake. If you want to be politically correct, this place is not for you. Okay? Because tomorrow may be the turn of your pastors. And we do not have any respect or regard for people who are pure opportunists and chancers. So when we see it, we say it. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time. In the next few hours, it's going to be Agbike's birthday. So I am quite planning to spend the evening with her. So I am finishing early tonight. I will see you tomorrow, tomorrow night. Because tomorrow as well is going to be our family day out to celebrate her birthday as well. Agbike will be 32 in the next few hours. So thank you, right, for spending your evening with me tonight again. I am going to see you again tomorrow. That is if I am not possibly being dragged out for the night. Or if you see me, shall you see me? So thank you. Enjoy the rest of your own evening or night. And good night from here.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Mayegun Diary politico.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní súnra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Ayé súnra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Ayé súnra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò.
Máyégún máa wí.
Ayé súnra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Ayé súnra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ayé súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.